Today is fine day in California. Huh? Choose.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Friday Night Frenzy. We're one about its canon and the topics, but they're more like a set of guidelines. How's everyone doing today? Hi, and first off, let's welcome my good friend, the man of infinite tales himself, Chris Fisk.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm still kind of getting over some con funk I caught at the event over the weekend. Occupational hazard, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of on the downward trend, but Tuesday and Wednesday, oh my god, that thing was hitting me like a freaking freight train.
Oh no!
Which is partially why I had to cancel the stream on Tuesday, because like I was sleeping most of the day. It was like the achy, like oh god, I was freaking miserable. But
oh no!
I'm not 100% yet, but I'm like 95, 98%. You can still kind of hear it in my nose a little bit. But we got channel member Jason Ingram saying, I'm just saying hi preventatively because yes, he can. Because he is awesome. But Chris, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been enjoying some Schadenfreude with that freaking Nintendo Switch 2 third-party sales.
Oh God, yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover that because that's like a topic I know I'm going to cover on the Saturday stream. I know I'm going to talk it up on the Sunday, but you know what? You already
it feels good. It feels good, man.
It feels freaking good.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember how I was sounding the horn and everyone was giving me crap for it?
Yeah, dude. I got like I'm like, who the hell is going to want to pay this overpriced crap for like the worst of both worlds? You know, you need to have a physical cartridge in the system, yet you don't own it because it's digital. Like all of that crap, people were just like dogpiling me on Twitter about it, and it's like, look who got proven right, folks. You know, I feel oddly vindicated.
Like
projected lower.
Like we're starting to see the Wii U scenario play out. We're in this timeline. We're in the Wii U 2 timeline.
And it feels good. Because it was like, oh, these record-breaking sales for the Switch 2. I'm like, why are people buying this crap? And then they realized, oh, there's only like one literal launch game. That stupid, was it Mario Kart World? You know, and lo and
behold, the best-selling physical game is the one that's actually on the cartridge. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and the thing
is, credit to CDPR. They put the entire game on the cartridge. Give them some freaking credit.
But like, here's the thing, though, is you're basically the Cyberpunk game. You know, not to ding CD Projekt Red on this, but yeah, they have an actual physical copy and a physical disc. But you're paying like launch title prices, okay, for a game that's been out for like what 4 years now with the DLC and everything, and it's basically a PS4 Pro version of the game. Like you're not even getting like the PS5 like or the PC with like the NVIDIA 5950 or whatever.
And we've seen how modded Cyberpunk can look.
Yes, it looks amazing. Those videos where it's like photorealistic.
Yeah, I've shown them on screen. We've reacted to them. It looks crazy.
Yes. And yeah, so you're paying like $70 or whatever. I actually I don't know the exact price. I could be talking to my ass on that one, but like you're paying like. I got it on a Steam sale for like $10, you know, and I got the photorealistic stuff. So, who got the better deal here? You know?
Yeah, I think I got it for like $20. It's like I paid $30 for it at one point, and then when Phantom Liberty came out, it was $30. I paid it for that, and $30 is worth it for like as a DLC. Phantom Liberty was worth $30 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like Cyberpunk when it came out might not have been a good experience, but now it is a good game. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It took 5 years.
Yeah, I know. But it's like so that's their flagship third-party title is it's a multi-year old game, okay? And it's downgraded. It's PS4 or PS4 Pro quality. And it's like that's your most appetizing killer app for third parties. Screw you!
You know, and it's like the whole run Cyberpunk portably. It's like that was kind of the novelty of the Switch. Like, oh, you can play Skyrim on the toilet.
Yep.
Nowadays, it's like I've been able to play Cyberpunk on the toilet for a couple of years now. You know, on the Steam Deck, sure. Yes, the Switch runs it better. Yes, but you can still play Cyberpunk on your Steam Deck, which
it's still compromised though. Like, sure, it's better, but we currently do not have a uncompromised version of Cyberpunk that's portable. You know what I mean? Like, we have a
you want to know how cooked the gaming audience is? There was like talk of like Sony releasing a new like PSP play, kind of like thing, and like, oh, it's gonna cost $600, and I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind? That's more than the PS5.
Yep.
Like, no, there's no way you could sell that. No freaking way.
Yeah.
Like, I think $400 maybe for like a PlayStation, like a portable PlayStation kind of thing for like $400, maybe $450, depending on the power. Sure.
Well, here's why I'll always go the Steam Deck, and I get the arguments a lot of like, oh, well, the Steam Deck was $600 or whatever, and all this stuff. Yes, but you don't have to pay a continual recurring fee to play.
I'm surprised. Yeah, Mass Effect Legends probably will come to the Switch too. I think that's probably will happen.
Yeah.
No brainer.
But like the
Steam Deck is actually a lot cheaper. A heck of a lot cheaper.
Well, $600, but like that was what mine was when I bought it. But the thing is though is you're not saddled to recurring fees. Mm-hmm. You're not locked into a specific platform. You can buy any PC game you want and play it on the Steam Deck. You know, I got ROMs on my Steam Deck.
I could literally grab my Steam Deck and boot up Breath of the Wild right now.
Yep. Same here. And it's like, oh well, it's not running as well as the as the Switch 2 or whatever. And it's like, it's still like the Switch 2 is still compromised. Oh, I'm still seeing frame issues on. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I run the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild. It still it runs perfectly fine on the Steam Deck, the Wii U version.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it's sold enough.
Like, I could maybe see them doing like a Dragon Age 1 and 2 collection. You know, like, hey, remember when Dragon Age was good?
Yeah.
And now you can play these games on modern consoles without them crashing every 5 minutes. Also, we added a toggle so you can skip the Mage Tower.
Yeah. I don't know. I only liked Origins. I thought Dragon Age 2 was kind of a weird experiment that I don't think panned out very well, where they like forced you through the same map over and over.
Yeah, I haven't played Dragon Age 2. I own it. I keep wanting to play Dragon Age Origins again and again, but the problem is there's no cloud saves. So every time I uninstall it, I have to start it over again. So
ouch. Yeah.
I have it for PS3, and I have the save on there. So if I'm going to play it, I'll probably just continue my PS3 save, just to say I played it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just...
Honestly, the only game that I have any sort of hype for is Witcher 4.
Yeah, I wish I had hype for that one. I'm not like, I'm done with the girl bosses, and I know, oh well, she's canonically. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, if you put a chick as your main character and she's your video game player, unless she's slapping her tits out in front of me, I don't care. I'm done playing the politically correct crap.
So have you played the PC port of Stellar Blade?
Oh my! Well, I have it. Yeah.
The mods.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is like the mods and everything. Like, people are all like, "Oh yeah, this is totally a Gooner game or whatever." But the combat in that game is fun as hell.
The game knows it's a Gooner game. Who cares?
But like, come for the tits and ass, but like stay for the fun gameplay. Like, it's actually a challenge to like fight these things. Like, it's fun.
RE9 just screams like, "Hey guys, remember when we made good games? We're going back to Raccoon City. Hey, sorry,
Achim."
Yeah, sorry, I had to hack up what's left in my lung. Hey guys, remember the RPD police department? Look, it's all destroyed now. Look, member berries.
Yeah, like honestly, it's getting real hard to impress me for games now. Like these new games that are coming out, I'm like, I don't care. It's all slop. Like, yeah, but it's great properties. It's like, yeah, but they're gonna push the rainbow shit. They're gonna put the push something.
Honestly, like I reinstalled No Man's Sky the other day. I've been playing it. That game still graphically blows me away. Its use of color and like how it does the environments. Like there's times when you get really up close to textures, you can see its age.
Yeah,
but like when you're just looking at the map, and plus like it's they have like different maps. Like some are like monochrome, some are like it is like stunning.
Yeah, but that's also a game that underwent a lot of revision. Like
also its art style to hell and back. That's one of its benefits is it goes for art style over realism, which I really hope game developers start going back in that direction.
Well, yeah, like what was it that freaking marathon game that's coming out? It looks like somebody went into an Office Depot and raided the highlighter section.
That got delayed.
Some mannequins
got delayed indefinitely.
Dude, that thing's a freaking stillborn mess. Like
that game's not coming out.
I honestly, for the developers' sake, I hope it doesn't, because that is going to cost Sony a lot, and that's going to cost people.
Speaking of developers, did you see that picture where somebody from the Concord team donated their thing to Goodwill? I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them if they did that.
Well, here's the thing. And I caught flack for this when I posted it on Twitter. The people that made Concord the crap fest that it was are not the people that lost their jobs. Like you realize how many people were involved in Concord that didn't make the design decisions to make these characters like fugly.
That's why I said I feel bad for them, because that dev, it's like I wasted 8 years of my life onto a game that got yanked in 2 weeks. And they could have done amazing net code. They could have done amazing mechanic stuff. And it was all overshadowed by these crappy decisions from these morons that sail on golden parachutes. Like how many talented people did you work with on Defiant?
Dude, it broke my heart when because I clearly, I was a junior guy at Defiance. There were people that were vastly more talented than me. And I was like, dude, I'm on the shoulders of giants. I'm working with people that are amazingly talented at what they do. And they kept their mouth shut because they wanted to keep their jobs when the shitty decisions started rolling in. And when 2 weeks after the game launched, they let everybody go. I'm like, these talented people, fine. I'm a junior. I made stupid decisions, whatever. I'm out of a job. I'm off to Ubisoft. Okay. But these guys, these are 16, 17. Dude, what am I?
Genius career move right there.
Yeah, I know. But tell me about it. That's why I don't work in that shit industry anymore. But honestly, I worked with this one dude they literally have a graphical representation of him in the credits of the Mortal Kombat trilogy. Okay. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's famous. This is a legit game. And he was the nicest guy. He never got super aggressive when he was trying to push ideas or anything. He was always receptive to other people's ideas. He gets shot in the eye when they force him to come in at freaking our 9-month crunch and have him come in on a Saturday to work. He gets shot in the eye by a stupid fucking Nerf dart. Sorry, but stupid Nerf dart because the worthless producers came in and were bored, so they wanted to make things more exciting on the weekend. These are dude, you get treated like ass in the game industry because you're made to feel 100% expendable because it's a low demand job with a high supply of workers. If you don't do this shit, we'll just put somebody else in place. No,
it's a high demand job with a high supply of workers.
Well, you're not in demand because you're expendable. They're yeah. So they basically.
I was thinking demand of people wanting to do the job. That's what I was.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I mean, from an employee perspective, there's a lot of people that were, the industry is designed to chew up naive 20-somethings and shit out barely employable jaded 30, 40-somethings. There's no retirement plan in that industry.
Your retirement plan is maybe you switch industries.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got out, dude. 10 years ago, I got out. My income doubled. You know, like that's how terrible video game.
I wonder what it's like for like some of the game devs who worked on cinematics and they just went to like CG animation and they went to like Pixar or like some other like actual Hollywood studio and like wonder if their lives are any better.
Well, Hollywood's. I would say Hollywood is no better than the industry because I know a lot of people that I worked with.
I think the only thing worse is those CG effects houses. Like we heard the stories about how Marvel runs through them.
Oh yeah, well, I worked with the guy that did the concept art for the Dora Milaje. You know, pro tip: the Dora Milaje character designs are not African; they're Filipino. So yeah, there's no African designs in those bald-headed black women. So yeah, kamusta ka na?
Switching tracks a little bit. Did you hear that Nexus mods got sold?
Yeah,
I find the timing to be rather interesting. Like as soon as I think it was Stellar Blade, but also Oblivion. I think Oblivion was the catalyst.
Oh,
because remember, with Oblivion, when Oblivion Remastered came out, like that whole like change the Type 1 mod, they got bullied so much they had to put it back on.
Nice.
And I think that might have been the catalyst where the guy was like, all right, I'm out. I do find it hilarious that a lot of these types, they act all high and muddy, but the minute they get the slightest amount of resistance, they crumble like a wet tissue.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're a bunch of losers. Like, these are the theater kids that got beat up in school and stuffed in their lockers. And we're seeing, like, you know, those weird theater kids drunk on power. And they bully people because they have that power. You know, and the moment they don't, they have nothing else to stand on. You know what I mean? Like, you know, none of these people could win a fight, a physical fight. Like, they're not smart enough to win a verbal fight. So it's always about like labeling people istophobes and this and that.
Welding power that's not theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Like they vandalize. Who's that loser there that's like destroyed basically Castlevania? Was it Devil May Cry?
Oh God. I wasn't gonna bring him up, but it's funny that you like we got Nick's in the chat. Adi Shankar. Did you hear he bought the rights to
Duke Nukem?
Yeah, I've been kind of wanting
to castrate that one.
Oh gosh, because Duke Nukem is like one of those characters where it's just obvious. Anyone who doesn't do it straight is gonna be like, "All right, we're gonna do a satire of toxic masculinity with Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem is gonna be the punchline."
Yep. Well, they tried that with Wolfenstein when they did like the whatever it is, not the New Order, whatever that new crap is, where they like basically made like every dude was like an effete tulip, and like all the chicks were like obnoxious butch, and then they had that like big fat German chick who like beats up Deborah Williams, you know, like it's all about like anti-masculinity.
The first one, and I thought it had a good story, but you know, whatever.
They literally had a pregnant woman with machine guns. Yeah, the whole like it's all Marxist demoralization crap. Make fun of me all you want, but dude, I've looked at it, I've studied it, I've seen that shit for years. It's garbage. And they're gonna do that with Duke Nukem. They're gonna castrate him. They're probably gonna have one of the babes get renamed. Somebody said there's a character called Bombshell. She's gonna be the one that upstages Duke, and he's gonna be some relic of the past that needs to step aside for strong, independent woman.
Bombshell was basically 3D Realms' like replacement character, and they eventually like he's the character in Ion Maiden, or at least she eventually became the character in Ion Maiden.
Yeah,
or Ion Fury. I don't remember.
They did this in Castlevania. They did it in Devil May Cry, and they're going to do it in this. Like the pattern, it's called pattern recognition. You can see what's going to happen. They just vandalize these properties because these talentless hacks can't do their own shit because nobody would watch it.
See, I think I raised this in chat, and I think in my personal chat where like I compared Adi to Uwe Boll, and I think even like you said he was worse. And I was thinking about it. You might be right because like Uwe Boll, he made bad movies. He made them bad for tax credits. Like he wasn't.
Yeah.
it wasn't anything malicious about it.
No,
You know.
no, it was like he was a talentless hack, but he didn't have any malice. Audie is more of
And
a
that is how bad
like
it is. How bad things are.
Yeah. Yeah, God, I would love to see another Kristana Loken Blood Rain movie, though. But yeah, it just I'm so tired of these losers coming in, vandalizing properties they don't remember. Dude, do you remember what that freaking pineapple-headed freak did to Thundercats with Thundercats Roar and how mean-spirited he was about it?
Oh gosh, was that the one where they made it like all Cal Arts or whatever?
They made it Cal Arts, and then they had an episode where they had the OG Lion-O in heaven because he died, and they're like, anybody that doesn't think Thundercats Roar is the perfect successor to Thundercats has poop ideas and should keep their poopy mouth closed.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, frick.
Yeah, I'm. It's just it's a bunch of losers who, in real life, would have never seen.
Who have or a bunch of losers. They want to get their crappy story made, but no one wants it. And maybe they got like a father or an uncle who is a producer somewhere, pull some strings, and and are like, all right, we're gonna give you this IP. Here, you're the showrunner of it.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's like I have seen amazing screenplays get shot down. Just sorry, we're not interested, or they don't even get a call back.
Transformers: The Last Night. That's literally what happened to it, right?
What, it got thrown out and then somebody grabbed it, or
no, actually no. Okay, I actually don't have I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Transformers Last Night because I was watching this one YouTube video and they kind of laid out this theory that there was a script called The Last Night and somebody it was like their passion project and they just put some Transformers in it and called it a day. And if you watch the movie, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. That's terrible. Yeah, but
that's not my theory. I remember I watched it on I think Mr. Sunday Movies or whatever.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But that's not mine. I'm trying to be clear here.
Dude, Doki Doki Panic, okay? They're not going to sell that in America, but throw some Mario characters on it and bam, you got yourself Super Mario Brothers 2. They do that stuff all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's just tiring though, seeing like when you're fighting in the trenches to create stuff and you're barely scraping by, and then you got these douchebags that are just vindictive. They hate their audience. They don't even like the property. If somebody dropped in my lap a property that I loved as a kid and said, make me a screenplay out of this, you're damn right I would be buying the toys, buying the comics, buying whatever I could.
The only reason the Lord of the Rings trilogy is as good as it is because Peter Jackson was an uber fan of Lord of the Rings.
Yep, and there's a quote from him in an interview.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, he just said, we didn't rewrite or revise the Lord of the Rings to inject our own our own agendas or ideas into this. We literally replicated what was there, because if we did that, we would be taking away from the property and making it ours instead of Tolkien's. And it's I wish more people thought that way.
What's really crazy is if you look at the road to production, it took almost 10 years to get that movie going. Literally anybody else would have stopped. And I think there's another quote by Peter Jackson, and he said, whenever I was on set, and whenever things got too much, I'd always take a moment, and I'd ask myself, what would I rather be doing? Literally anything else, or directing this movie? And then I'd feel better.
Yeah, it's a classic, dude. And any attempts to remake the Lord of the Rings films, at least in the next 30 years or whatever, it's going to end in failure because you cannot top those films.
No. I'm sure in 20, 30 years, they're probably going to try and redo Game of Thrones. Hopefully by that time, because because I guarantee you, after George R. R. Martin dies, they're gonna find somebody to finish the books. I don't care whatever he puts in the will. They're gonna do it. Okay, they're gonna pay the estate an ungodly amount of money. The book, like the last 2 books, have come out in 2 years. Maybe they'll come out some more books because I'm sure George keeps a lot of notes.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna raid that 30-year-old PC for all it's worth. Because he writes the books on a PC for 1990.
Oh wow. You got 8088, 486.
Because apparently, there's a WordStar program that he insists on using.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, WordStar. I remember Corel WordPerfect, where the screen was all blue and the text was white.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I used some of the later versions of that program in the 2000s. I wrote some of my earliest scripts on it, and I had formatting problems.
Yep. God, dude, I had to convert Infinitel Chronicles from Works files .wks.
No, that was it. Microsoft Works, because the early Product Access scripts and a lot of the early Torn Samurai scripts were in Works. So there was a couple of years where I had the files, but I couldn't freaking read them.
Yep.
So I think it was from 05 to 07. I finally found somebody with a PC, and they let me convert the files, and finally I had access to files again. So thank you to that person. I mean, I probably would have found someone eventually, but still.
Yeah, I had to buy a new version of Office to translate Works files, because the version of Office that I had, you couldn't open up WKS files inside of Microsoft Word.
See, I never really became a Word user because, in the 2000s, I was using OpenOffice. And then I switched to LibreOffice, which is what I still use because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
It does everything I need to do for a word processing program. It can save as a Word file. Why the heck would I give Microsoft money?
Well, the reason why I did it was obviously I wanted to translate the Works files. There's a few little things, there's some quirks between was it LibreOffice or whatever? That's that's Sun Office's or Open Office's newer version, right?
Yeah, I think OpenOffice might still exist, but I think the consensus is just use LibreOffice or whatever.
Because I mean,
OpenOffice did a stupid thing that a lot of companies do, where they alienate the customers, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of the same way with the GIMP. If you've ever used GIMP, and people are like, well, why give Adobe money?
I don't like GIMP. The reason I use an older version of Photoshop. Let's just say my version of CS5 is quite portable.
Yeah.
But I don't like GIMP because the interface is just I can't use it. I'd have to relearn it, and I just Photopea, which is the web-based one.
Mm-hmm.
It has a similar one to Photoshop because it's web-based. It's really slow.
Oh yeah.
I thought about using Clipchamp because if I ever do buy a program, I'm probably gonna buy the standalone version of Clipchamp. Do you remember? Because Clipchamp is used by a lot of artists, and I want to get into computer coloring, especially if I want to buy a tablet or something. Mm-hmm. But at one point, Clipchamp was gonna go to subscription only. They're gonna do a full Adobe. They got so much crap for that they still do the standalone version, but they have the subscription as well.
Yeah. Well, the whole move from product to software as a service is a big scam. It's a giant anti-consumer. They're like, how do we keep getting paid for the same product? It's no, but it's cheaper. You can pay us, was it $100 a month or whatever for Adobe Suite? And it's yes, but I used to be able to buy it for $1,000, and now I have to pay $1,200 a year, and I don't even own it. Yeah,
that's how they get you.
Yep. Waste.
And I think a lot of that is the reason why we've seen the rise of a lot of these independent programs. Why do Office 365? LibreOffice. Why do Photoshop when you have GIMP? There's all these different alternatives. And as a PC user, I love it.
Yeah, honestly, so I have Office but it's not Office 365. It's the one right before it. It's like Office 2020 or whatever. Like, I refuse to pay a recurring fee to my word processor. Like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can do backups in clouds, dude. I have Dropbox. Like, screw off. Like,
yeah, like I'm sorry, Microsoft. I'm not going to sign up for your shitty OneDrive.
Yeah. Oh, I know. OneDrive is, dude. That when I get a new computer, Microsoft OneDrive is the first thing I try to extract from the operating system. It's like uninstall, like get rid of it.
And if worse comes to worse, there's Google Docs,
Yep.
and like $20 a year gets you 100 gigabytes on Google 100 gigabytes of storage.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I ended up doing. Like I use that for my work stuff, for my sharing all my files, my artists. Because $20 a year for 100 gigabytes is not a bad deal. Honestly.
No, not at all. No. And yeah, you're not like beholden to like Microsoft products either. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be on a Windows computer to access it and all that other crap.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh no, he had to go back. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not paying for this crap.
Oh gosh. Remember like during the Vista days, it was so bad. People would buy a computer that was pre-installed with Vista, and then they would pay somebody to install XP on it.
Yeah, dude. Vista
that was a thing that happened a lot.
Yeah, that was a dump of a OS. At least Windows 7 was a lot better.
Oh God, I'm telling you right now, if I could still be using Windows 7, I would, because that operating system was a work of art. It was so easy to get to where you wanted to go. Like Windows 10 is not terrible. I've gotten used to it. Yeah. I'm holding on for dear life. I think my next computer, even if I get a laptop, is gonna be dual booted with Linux. And like my daily driver is gonna be Linux, and I only boot into Windows when I need to.
Yeah. Windows 11 is like, they took away a lot of the functionality of Windows 10. Like, for example, I prefer having my taskbar at the top of the screen because I work on Macs too. So it makes it useful for me to have like a visual anchor where it's always at the top. And you can't do that on Windows 11. They're like, yeah, we're putting that at the bottom of the screen. You can't move that shit. Yeah. Microsoft Millennium. Oh, you remember that Windows Millennium Edition?
Windows Me.
Yeah.
Windows Me in 2000. I remember those.
Yeah. So 2000 was basically Windows NT 5, and then Windows Me was basically like Windows
like 98, like was 98 SE Plus or whatever, I think.
Yeah, and it was the most unstable operating. Like, I had this little device when I worked for the newspaper because we had a computer that we would leave on 24/7 that had Windows ME on it because the IT people wanted to upgrade it to the the most recent one for virus purposes, and we got it on there, and every like 36 hours or every 3 days or so, the machine would just freeze. It would just crash, and it was because it kept running out of memory. So I installed this little app that freaked out the IT guys. But what it does is if the system is idle, it'll just flush all of the RAM. If the CPU goes at 0% or 1% usage, then it would just nuke everything in the RAM. And like, obviously, like you'd have to like reopen a browser or whatever. And that the only reason why I had to do that was because Windows ME was so unstable that it would just run to the end of its limit for memory and then just go, okay, and then just freeze. It would just die, like right on.
All right. Let's get our gray hairs out. I want to do this question. Chris, what operating system did your first personal computer run? The first one that either your family or the one that you yourself owned?
I want to say it was Microsoft DOS version 3.0.
For me, it was DOS as well. I can't remember which. Let's see here. I vaguely remember 3.1 a little bit. 95, like 98 was such a good operating system. Oh god.
Yeah. Well, we went to Windows 3 So there was a version of Windows that, because it was just a wrapper over DOS. It was like a visual.
Yeah, 95 was like the true revolution.
Yep, 95. Dude, 95 was a game changer.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, that was like, holy crap.
With all the internet stuff it started to add. And the thing is, 98 was just 95, but better. And then you had 98 SE in like 99. Yep. And then obviously like 2000 ME, but like XP was another big one.
Yep. I liked XP. What
the funny thing about XP is, like, I've gone back to XP within like the last 10 years, and oh my God, it is hard to use now. Because like it's very like cartoonified. Everything's all like
it's arrow, baby.
No, that wasn't until like Vista 7.
Oh yeah.
But like it's for me, XP is a hard thing to go back to.
Yeah, I liked XP. I remember despising Vista. Like Vista came on one of my new laptops, and I'm like, what is this slow ass clunky visual garbage? Like it was a mess of an OS. And then somebody said, dude, Windows 7's coming out. You might want to try that. And I ended up signing up and got a copy, because that was when I was in the gaming industry. And we had a bunch of software buddy guys. And they're like, hey, guess what? We got Windows 7. You want it? And they like hand you the disc. I'm like, is this legit? And it's like, doesn't matter. It's OEM. I'm like, oh, okay. So I installed it and I was like, okay, I'm never going back to Vista.
Well, the big problem with this is this was kind of during that awkward transition from 32 to 64-bit.
Yep. And everything was hardware rendered. All the windows.
And the other thing was 32-bit, your RAM topped out at 4 gigabytes.
Oof.
So you couldn't have more than 4 gigabytes in your system. And Vista required at least a gig. Like 2 gigs is really the minimum required to do Vista properly. And in like that kind of like 04 to like 07 era, 2 gigs was kind of a pretty, like, most people were running, I think, 512 to a gig, maybe
256 DIMMs, yeah.
I think that was like the most common configuration in like that kind of mid 2000s environment. I think it started to become common to run a gig probably by like 06, 07. But yeah.
God, yeah, and Windows Vista was a resource hog. Like, even if you weren't doing anything, you already had like 30 or 40% of your like resources taken up by the stupid OS.
And then you installed Windows 7 on like that same computer, and it just ran so much better.
Yeah, it was like a night and day experience.
So you're running 4 cards. I believe it's better if all the cards are the same like size.
Yep. Yeah, it's dual channel, or it's the same thing with your RAM. If you have a DIMM, which is the memory module, the stick.
I'm assuming he has 4 slots, so he's using 2 32s and 2 16s. Yeah,
which means that 2 of them are in parity, and the other 2 are in parity, but never all 4 of them at the same time.
Because if you have 2 32 cards, that's 64 gigs of RAM. I would just take out the 2 16s. And just run 64, because 64 gigs is, even in today's age, is really a lot of RAM.
Yeah. Well, because DDR, or double data rate RAM, runs in dual channel, and if you have 2 different DIMMs or 2 different cards, and they're running at different speeds, or actually, you can't have them run at 2 different speeds, but you can have them run at 2 different capacities, and that completely destroys the dual channel synchronicity. So you always want to make sure that your DIMMs are the exact same size.
So I just run the 2 32s, because 64 is like just like this laptop I'm using right now. It has 16 gigs, and that's nice. Like 16 gigs is probably kind of the minimum for today's RAM, I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And even then, 16 gigs is starting to get a little bit thin. Like, I'll probably be upgrading this to 32 probably the next year or 2.
Man.
What kind of beast of a PC do you got? Holy crap.
It sounds like a server tower.
Yeah. I want to get 2 more 32s. Yeah, just take out the 16s, and when you get the 32s, put those in. That's my suggestion.
Yeah,
because the 64 gigs is way more than enough.
And not only that, but because you're not running it in dual channel, your performance increase you won't even see it.
Yeah, so it might actually be faster just to run with 232s.
Yeah, it would be, especially dual channel. Like if it's dual channel RAM, that's how it's designed to work. And if you break that function, it actually slows the clock speed down. So it's like higher capacity RAM at slower speed isn't as good as lower capacity RAM at higher speeds.
Yeah.
God, that brings me back, dude. I used to build PCs.
I used to mess around with myself. I used to mess around with a lot of Macs.
Oh God. Those are scary, man.
So in the late 2000s, my main computer was an iBook G3.
Holy, was it the teal one?
Yeah, it was the clamshell. It was like the seashell thing.
Yeah, it was the Frutiger Arrow, and it had the hockey puck, didn't it, for a mouse?
I don't think it did, but it was essentially just like a writing in a music machine. I used it to like type out like a bunch of scripts, and I listened to music on it. That was really the only thing it was good for. Like I had music on the hard drive or something. I'd listen to music while writing. That's basically what I used it for, and that's what I needed at the time. Something to write with. So
well, it's funny because like there's a lot of people that are like kind of like factionalized. They're like, oh, I like PC, screw Mac, or I like Mac, screw PC. Dude, I played on both sides of the fence. I like them both. They have their strengths and weaknesses.
I used plenty of Macs in school. I mean, I went to college and I used Macs like the rest of us.
Yeah. I think that and like there's just something like so I got a Power Mac notebook or the whatever it is Power Notebook or whatever. And
that thing is old.
No, it's a relatively new one.
But they switched from Power PC to Intel in like 06, 07.
Yeah, but for some reason it's still called like Power Mac or whatever. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, and so it's light and everything, but it's as reliable as like an iPad. Like I can leave it on all the time, and the battery drains really slowly when the lid is closed, and I don't have to like restart the thing every time I want to open it up. And if there's like an emergency that I need to get to a meeting or do something for work, like I don't have to like take 20 minutes to boot the stupid thing up.
As much as I hate to say it, there's a reason a lot of creative and business people use Apple products. Just
it's convenient.
It's convenient. A lot of the software, Apple software is usually a bit more secure. It has more of the features. Like it's not just trendy.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just trendy, you would see a lot more PCs because there'd be people who would buck the trend. But I think there's just a lot of people who are it just works better. Environment.
And I'm a diehard PC guy when it comes to like gaming state. Like I don't know anybody that's a Mac gamer. I'm sorry, but that's just not.
I mean, I too love getting games 5 years after they come out.
Yeah, it's almost like Nintendo now with but so I got like my gaming PC that I'm actually talking to you through right now. Then I have my work PC, which is on the other side of the desk, which is a slightly older one, less powerful, but it has all like my documents and Photoshop and all that stuff installed. And then my work computer is a Mac because I deal in a lot of UX stuff like Figma and like all these other UX UI programs. And like honestly, I think that's like the mixed media or the mixed PCs is kind of the way that modern people kind of operate. You know what I mean? Like people have an iPhone and.
The way that my career is heading, I'm going to be doing a lot of conventions. So, like, come con season, every weekend, I could be anywhere in the U.S. And what I want to get is I want to spend $2,000 to get, like, an iPad Pro and get, like, the fold-out keyboard, the pencil.
Yeah.
And have that be, like, a field computer. But also, I do comic book coloring in it. Like, I think it would be, and that's something I can just throw into a backpack. And it's just really convenient.
Yeah.
And it's also powerful enough. Let's say I want to do a live stream. I could stream with it.
Yep.
Like these kind of streams, I could the camera's good enough. it's probably better than what I'm running now. Where
Yeah.
I could do these types of streams on the iPad.
Yeah, and then it's like you got your computer here that's probably your gaming PC too, and it's like,
Yeah,
mixed computers. Yeah.
I think. See, the thing is, I do know. I thought about like doing streaming from a Mac, but then I realized, you're doing a lot of gaming. It's like I'm probably going to build a desktop PC because like I want to get like a dedicated streaming room, and with that, you're probably going to want like a nice custom built desktop PC with some RGB fans or whatever. Just get that like nice cool blue lighting or whatever. I don't know, but like it's going to have to be a PC, I think.
Yeah, gaming is just a PC thing, and it's not a ding against the Macs, but like you said, they come much later, and it's a closed ecosystem, so it doesn't lend itself well to like mods or like.
I will say this though, getting back to the Vista thing. So remember when Vista came out? You want to know, what system ran Vista the best?
Wasn't it like Windows Boot Camp?
iMac. It was an iMac running Boot Camp. The iMacs ran Vista the best with Boot Camp because
I remember that.
because when they did the transition to Intel, you could basically run Windows natively on a Mac, with like Boot Camp and like literally run it natively because it was using Intel processors, and the Macs were actually running at the best. It was so hilarious.
Yeah, how cruel of an irony is that? The competition's OS runs better on your system.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of interesting because Apple is clearly heading in an ARM direction, and it seems to be working for them. But, like, I don't know. I feel like the industry wants to go in that direction, but I don't know if we will.
Yeah. I worry about consolidation. I prefer separate machines for separate tasks, and I fear that we're going to see like a unification of, the business machine and the gaming machine and the travel machine and all this stuff, and it's going to turn into a jack of all trades, master of nothing. Like, look, here's the new Power Mac G whatever running an ARM processor, which is like a mobile processor, so it's about energy efficiency. I hope
Apple. The Apple ecosystem has always done its own thing, and the whole thing with Apple ecosystem, everything runs well together. So like them running ARM, like the same processor runs both on your iPad and your MacBook. I think it just makes sense.
Like the towers there, the big G4 towers. Like I have a feeling they're going to start pushing that stuff because they went from the towers to these weird cylinders. Have you seen that? The
trash can. God, that's been around for 10 years.
Yeah, and they started making, like, there were people making videos that are like, dude, your new computer is not as efficient or is not as well suited.
Hey, Hooded Raven.
Hey,
got it. Remember those commercials?
Well, that trash can was like not as good. Like they started making remember
the cheese grater? The cheese grater Max? Those are beautiful. Those are works of art.
But like they started redesigning like Final Cut Pro and what is it, Avid Studio and stuff to be more mobile friendly. And it's like if you're a guy sitting at your PC, your tower or whatever, and suddenly you're like trying to like jump through the foibles of like an interface designed for like a tablet. Like what the hell? And that's what a lot of people who
I remember. So I used Final Cut Pro in like my video art class. I thought it was a fine enough program. The only thing that pissed me off was to edit the audio levels on a track. You had to drag it up and down.
Oh God!
And it's like I just want to input a number value. Dang it! Like I knew that if I could input a number value, I could get it to be exactly how I wanted it. But no, you had to do like and it was so imprecise, and it was. This was like mid 2010s.
Yeah. Well, I know that Avid Studio, which is kind of the Final Cut Pro like alternative, is actually industry standard. When I was trying to get into cinematography and stuff, that was the software. It was like, do you know that? I'm like, yes.
I know Premiere Pro, like on the PC side, is kind
Well,
of the standard for a lot of people.
Well, that's the thing is like Premiere is the cheaper alternative, and a lot of like smaller indies use it. But Avid and Final Cut are like if you were to go to like the big studios, that's what they want you to learn. Like when they're like, here's here's our
it's like when you're a 3D person, like Maya 3ds Max is what you learn on, kind of thing.
Yep.
Like Blender may be your training wheels, even though Blender is honestly,
powerful.
Like, oh my god, it is like you can do everything in like.
Yep.
Have you seen some of the animated movies?
Yes.
My
only gripe.
People with like older versions of Blender, like let's talking about like 10 plus years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Well, my thing about Blender is so powerful. It's so freaking impressive, but it's made by engineers. It's not made by anybody that has any concept of what a UX designer is. Because if you don't know what you're doing in Blender, you will not do anything in Blender. Like, yeah,
I've only done
hard to use.
I've done 3D modeling in Blender. A lot of like low poly. Like for low poly modeling, it is chef kiss.
Yeah.
Chef kiss. Oh my god. Because like to like manipulate independent vertices. Like I've never done sculpting, I've never gone that far, but like I'm talking like low poly models. Like, oh gosh. I kind of want to. Part of me wants to like pull ups. I think I have some of my old low poly models.
Well, all of my figurines and my statues for Infinitel Chronicles were in Blender. So
DaVinci Resolve. Yep.
Yeah.
Like I like for music, Pro Tools is the industry standard, though Reaper is better.
Yep. Dude, I use Sound Studio. I'm like the ghetto of sound.
Dude, you need to download Reaper. It has the Winamp model.
Nice Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
No. What I'm saying is Reaper is a fully featured DAW. It's free, but they ask you to pay eventually.
Eventually, yeah, I'll get around to it next year. Sorry, I'm real busy.
I've only done like I said, I've done like. For me, the thing that I could never really get my head around was texturing. I never really got good at texturing.
UVW unwrapping? Yeah, dude, when I learned that, it was like, I mean, the analogy is you take an orange peel and you peel it off the orange and flatten it out. And then you basically have this big square that you have to work within the confines of like your unwrapped orange peel. So you have to chop up the orange peel and move it around in positions so that it takes a maximum like occupancy of that square. And so like, for example, if you want the face to be sharp and clear, then you increase the size of that portion of the orange peel that you cut out.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah. I taught myself 3D Studio Max, and dude, that was probably the most frustrating thing to learn was UVW unwrapping for textures.
I'm actually digging up some of my old animation tests I did, like when I did like animation I did animation like intro and intermediate animation. I actually did pretty well. Like I think I told you this, but like I was actually studying to go to the game industry, but I kind of stopped, thankfully.
Yeah, you spared yourself some serious trouble, buddy.
All right, so here's a class project.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was just like the ball roll, and I had to animate it. That thing at the end, I was doing like I was just like I had some extra time, so I animated the Kamen Rider pose.
Nice.
I was flexing, guys.
If I hear Linkin Park in your portfolio, I swear to Christ. That's like every art teacher at every art studio. Do I? Oh, dude, I want to see if I have.
So the final for intro to animation is we had to submit to the 11-second challenge.
No.
Where there was an audio clip and we had to create animation for it. All right.
In my opinion, the best thing you can do is find a person who loves you for exactly what you are. Good mood, bad mood. That's the kind of person that's worth sticking with.
I specifically added in the empty couch. I wanted to hit you like a Pixar movie. But yeah, that's from Juno. But yeah, that's me animation.
Nice.
I mean, it's nowhere near pro quality, but I think I did okay.
Yeah, man.
The square is actually a pomegranate. Hi, Herman. I still teach a lot of my own things. I learned to edit by watching YouTube. Yeah, I'm self-taught a lot too. Like I taught myself guitar by tabs, some YouTube tutorials and whatnot.
I'm
The
trying
only art thing I
to.
took in college was actual acting, so I never did any of this. I find audio editing to be very fun. Like, I remember one time I looked up how they did the Dalek sound, like how to replicate it.
Exterminate.
Oh yeah, I did that. So what you did is you had to have like the microphone and like kind of blow it out so it like peaked a little bit, and then you put that through a ring modulator, and then the rest is actually just acting, like exterminate, kind of thing. Oh gosh, now I want to pull up my my SoundCloud. No, I'm not a SoundCloud rapper. I'm worse.
Man, I'm worse.
I don't know what worse is. I'm just like, all right. Frick. All right, there we go. Nope, no, that's my other account. Crap, no, we're not. Okay, no, I can't do this. But yeah, audio editing can be really, really crazy, especially once you start getting like the effects and different things. I found that to be kind of fun. Let's see here. With video editing, from a lot of I edit my shorts in Clipchamp Studio, which is like a free program. Audio editing, I use Reaper just because, well, it's free and that's what I'm used to. Reaper is really good. You should try out Reaper, Chris. I recommend it.
Cool. Yes. Well, Sony Sound Studio is freaking awesome, dude. It's just like the amount of plugins are kind of limited.
See, I've been chasing that GarageBand high for so long because, like, I've been looking for a program that can kind of do what GarageBand does, which has all these loops that you can kind of arrange into a song. I still haven't found one that kind of matches that, and that's made me sad.
Well, the music in my my book 2 trailer, that's me. That's me making it in Sound Studio and Acid Loops.
Well, I've made music myself, except I have synthesizers. I have guitars, and so I just make it myself. I make my own loops.
Yeah,
but no, I have a microKORG. I have a Korg DW8000. I mostly use the microKORG, just because that thing is just so easy to use.
Yeah, man.
But like a lot of my early Product Access trailers and some of Turn Samurai ones, I created the trailer music. You can't copyright claim it. It's my music.
That's what I worried about because I hired somebody to make like a whole thematic suite for Infinitale, and it kept getting freaking nailed by copyright stuff. And I like messaged the guy. I'm like, dude, I bought this from you. Like, what the hell? And he's like, it's not me. It's like some automated crap that YouTube, like, it's like it gets claimed by people that didn't make the music.
Oh yeah, I remember I was doing a Pokemon Silver run, and I think like one of the jingles got claimed by a cell phone company. So I guess they had like a cell phone jingle from Pokemon Silver, and I disputed the claim, and they just ran out the clock like 30 days, and it just went away.
Man,
see, that's what they do. Like they're hoping that you don't fight the claim.
Yeah,
it's just like a scattershot approach for a lot of them. But like, have you seen some content creators? Like they'll post about how like they have all these creators on, and then all of their streams get copyright claimed because, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be brutal here. These idiots keep using music that is copyright. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sure your comic is great. But if you put Linkin Park over it, we're going to have problems.
If I hear Linkin Park one more time, I swear.
Like, yes, I realize you edited this sweet trailer in A New Divide. The trailer is pretty dang sweet, I'll admit. But you're using New Divide. Like, like, I get it. You're doing a robot comic. You're using New Divide. You want that, like, you want, like, I get it. It's a great trailer. But now every stream you go on and now everyone's mad.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so, okay, you just brought up something so, you know how, like, when you're doing an indie comic and you're doing the tour, essentially, you're people are, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, people watching this, if you got a channel and you're interested,
buy his book. Buy his book. All right, that's
I have seen. So I have some friends. I've got a lot of friends that have channels. I personally don't have one, so I'm happy to be co-host on occasion.
You can take over my channel anytime, brother.
Well, thanks. But like, I've been on streams and I've been helping people, and suddenly their stream got struck because the creator that they're promoting their book for has a trailer that's freaking Linkin Park or something. And it's like, dude, you are going on to other people's channels and getting their crap, like their stuff shut down. Like, you really got to reevaluate what you're using in your freaking trailer.
And it's like it's like when that happens, and he's like, and they get all like, "Oh, I didn't know. They get
How the
all.
hell did you not know?
You're using Lincoln, like. Okay, there's levels to this. There are levels. There are the obvious idiots who are using Linkin Park. Those are morons. Flog them, metaphorically, in Minecraft, virtually, not actually. But anyway. But then there are people who like. But even I've got caught up with stuff where, like, I buy something that's like royalty free. Like, I literally buy it, and it's like. And literally in the instructions are like, oh, if it gets copyright claimed, just dispute it and it'll go away or whatever. Like, that's not going to help my friends.
Yeah, their channel just got struck because of this. Like, that sucks.
And the thing about YouTube is, when you get a copyright claim, and I've seen this happen so many times, oh, this doesn't affect your channel. Every time I go into their little app and I delete the song, all of a sudden my views just start going up again.
Yep. Yeah, they shadow ban you. Yeah.
Happens every time where it's like the views stall. And then when I delete that clip, all of a sudden I start getting views again.
Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans that these streaming services and social media things do that pisses me off. They're not transparent at all. You remember the 20-second deletion of your comments on YouTube thing that they used to have?
Mm.
You used to leave a comment and then an AI sniffer. So like the sniffer or the AI would only look at you if you were put into like a class or a category. Like this person's a troublemaker, we got to watch them. But what would happen is you make a post, so you make a comment to somebody, and then 20 seconds later, the comment is just deleted. Like there's nothing's telling you like, hey, you made a harmful comment, community struck you or whatever. Nothing. You just boop, you're like erased. You're Stalined out of existence. And I've been trying to help friends with their videos and stuff because, if you like and leave a comment, it helps their algorithm. So I leave a comment, boop, and it just disappeared. And I was like, well, why did it disappear? I don't know. Here's literally what I said. And they're like, oh, well, maybe this word or this word. So I'm like trying to wordsmith my thing so it's as innocuous as possible.
This is why, like, you have these boomer comments like, oh, Gen Z is so brain rot. They use words like unalive and all that stuff. Like,
that's the bug.
Do you realize? Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you realize we use those words so that our channel doesn't get unalived?
Yeah. Yeah, or you get delete, or your comment gets deleted because it looks for these keywords. Like if you were to say the sewer side, it would go.
It's why we say German painter or corn cob, or like a group of a group of socialists in Germany in the 40s or whatever,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
yachts, kind of thing. Oh god, that was pretty
because-
close to the sun right there.
Yeah, well, because they'll strike you, and it's all shenanigans. It's all cloak and dagger. They don't even like. There's nothing that said like when you get your channel struck or you get demonetized or whatever. The explanation will be this ambiguous thing like it violates community guidelines or whatever. Okay, show me in the community guidelines. Highlight the exact example. Well, we can't do that. Well, then how are you enforcing?
And even
something?
when it's not against the guidelines, like
Yeah, it's just on a whim.
Like one of our buddies, I'm not gonna name him. He has a book about orcs. He's pretty cool.
Oh my god, yeah.
We're not. I don't want to name his name because I don't want to get into trouble here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but we all know who it is. It's about some sort of crown that's like slightly dark and it's like in some sort of like extramarital affair or whatever. But like his channel got deleted because he had a banned person on his stream a year ago. At the time the person was on.
Yeah.
He wasn't banned. See, that's the thing. That scares the crap out of me. Because I've had this man on my channel before. So now I'm just waiting. I'm just scared one day I'll wake up and my channel's deleted.
Which is, this is how asinine YouTube is with that. Like, first of all, having somebody that's been banned, you can't retroactively ban somebody. Like, I'm sorry, but again, that's a Stalin thing,
Like banning that, like if you have them on their channel after they've been banned, okay, sure.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. There's grounds for that. That's dodgy still, but it's like
it's a little bit stupid, but at least like there's some logic.
It's consistent. Yeah, but to retroactively shut that dude's channel down because he had RRA on there. That
great dude, by the way. That guy's a great dude.
Yeah. I've streamed with him several times. Yeah,
I have
really
too.
Great guy.
He's gotten many people eyes on my project, and I will probably still look to him for Creature 4.
Nice.
I'll probably have to do a Rumble the Jungle, but
Yeah, yeah. To the named person that we're talking about that we can't name. Why aren't I on there? Damn it! Finitown Chronicles.
We're gonna send you to the jail, but I haven't done anything wrong. We predicted that. Oh god, that's pre-crime bull crap.
Yeah. That's where it's going. That's where it's heading. Is we're at this stuff now. We're like, well, your social.
Did you hear what happened to Slope's game room?
Yes. Oh my god.
That also scares me because it was stuff on his Google Drive, and I've actually seen a couple other people.
TJ Slopes, he's a real renegade. Yeah.
I mean, thankfully he had enough reach to rally people. I mean, I love that guy's content. I watch his stuff. He's really great.
He had hundreds of thousands of people that were pinging Google, and he barely scraped by. Like he was making multiple
videos. Like
Slope's
game room can barely scrape by, and he is pretty high up on the tiers on the echelon.
Yeah, he's British, so he's already got the government screwing him. Now he's got YouTube. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they're living in a freaking pretty fascist state now. But the fact that Google is
apparently, what is it? V for Vendetta. That was a training manual.
Yeah. It's we're not supposed to do this, guys. But he is the most innocuous that whole group of them, dude. There's a whole bunch of British gamers that I watch. Kim Justice, another one.
Cadicarus.
Yeah. Oh, who else?
Cadicarus will sometimes make the odd political thing, but it's usually a one and done kind of reference. And I'm like, all right, whatever. This is already a 3-hour video. I can take this 2-second quip or whatever.
Yeah. Who's that one guy? Hello. They had all those guys, and they're all super nice, super sanitized. They don't say anything controversial. They're dude, what about Top Hat Gaming, man? Remember what happened with him and his wife?
Oh, didn't he actually do something or was it not his fault? I can't remember.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff. It was him and Lady Decade, like their channel was getting like sued and all this stuff because it was like over a copyright claim that didn't even exist. It was like just complete crap.
I used to watch
it's-
Top Hat Gaming Man because you used to review all the different handhelds.
Yes,
And he like take them out in the wild and like he'd say like how I don't know.
I'm going to Turkey.
Yeah, I loved his flair. Like he was like, "Hi, I'm an English gentleman. I'm cosplaying as an English gentleman from the 1880s. Here's my review of the Atari Lynx. I'm playing it in the rolling hills of Ireland."
Yeah, well, that was his wrestling kayfabe because he was a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
I like him. I wanted to see like there was this big talk about him and Simon Miller from What Culture that were supposed to like have a match.
What Culture? Oh God, I haven't thought about them in a while.
Yeah,
Didn't they break up? Like, didn't that those like, didn't they like go extinct? Like some of the channels still exist as independent entities or whatever.
Yeah, I think they dispersed. It's a shame because so many of those networks like disintegrated. But yeah.
Do you ever watch Outside Extra? They're still around.
Oh shit.
They were formerly Outside Xbox, but they're Outside Extra now. They're still around and they still do videos and they're still pretty good.
Do you ever watch in Canada? You ever watch Electric Playground?
That aired on the US on G4. I used to watch that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube now, and Victor Lucas is still pushing pretty hard, but it's just him now. Tommy Tallarico's not on it anymore.
Yeah. Let's try not like honestly, let's try not to talk too much crap about Tommy Tallarico, or else he'll demand to come on the channel, and then that was another Slopes Game Room episode. Like, did you see like he went on like a 12-year-old channel and started talking about Atari corn cob game, like, dude.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when Pat?
I've met Tommy. I've met him once before. He was a nice guy.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we joked because he had this joke going because at the time I'd been just come from Australia, and he's all like, yeah, he's like, because of me traveling in Australia, I'm officially I stopped aging at 30 because I literally crossed the time zone when my birthday happened, so that when I went from I traveled far enough west that I went east. And that day vanished, so I technically never had that birthday.
Oh gosh.
But yeah. I mean, he was always a nice guy to me, but that Amico thing, that blew up in his face so bad, dude.
Yeah. So I got a picture. This is like vintage Nick right here. This is from 2009. All right. This is me. That's me at Video Games Live, 2009. There's Tommy.
Nice.
Jack Wall. He's also that's Martin McDonald. He's got one of the guys in Post Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a meet and greet afterwards.
Yeah, let me see if I can find. I have a picture of Tommy from. Let's see. God, this is gonna be lame if I.
Yeah, that's from 2009. Just think that picture is almost 20 years old.
Yeah. I have. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh wow, that is low res. I didn't realize that it's only low resolution, but yeah, let me see if I.
I mean, mine was taken in 2009. There was I think that I don't think either. That might. I think that might have been taken with an iPod Touch.
Oh geez.
Like second generation. So like. Oh, really? Like maybe 5 megapixels at best.
Yeah. There's me in 2007 with Tommy.
Oh.
Yeah, my both of our badges. We're at BlizzCon at the time. But yeah.
I gotta say, you're a good looking guy.
Oh, thanks. Well, that was almost.
You look better than Tommy, at least.
Oh shit! Well, I was God. I think I was 30 in that pic. So yeah,
you're towering over him too. That's just great.
yeah. Like I'm 6 foot even, and Tommy is like I don't know, probably 5'8", 5'9". Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Like the blood elves.
Hello. Oh god, I think blood elves.
Yeah, me standing with the I don't know what the hell they were called. Yeah. The Janus.
Back when Blizzard wasn't afraid of a little belly.
Yeah.
Oh, that Illidan is nice.
Yeah, that was at the opening. Like that was pretty badass. That was the year after they had the one of the Queen of Blades there. What's her face? Kerrigan.
Was this Burning Crusade opening?
Yeah, this is when Burning Crusade launched. So 2007.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I zoomed in. Time.
Yeah, this was like, look at the detail on that thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome. Like it's all glowing. They put LEDs in the eye. Like, yeah, that was.
I wish I could have gone to BlizzCon like during that time, or like vanilla TBC Wrath when it's like Blizzard in its prime.
Yes, I think Wrath of the Lich King is when it peaked.
It literally is when it peaked. I think the highest they had, 15 million, was like right before Cataclysm.
Wow. Yeah.
They peaked at 15 million. So yeah, Wrath was the peak.
Damn, look at us. And this thing was like I'm not really capturing it in the photo.
That statue has got to be somewhere. It's got to still exist.
This thing is like probably 20 feet tall. Because when I stood up to it, I was about out of.
There's no way someone would store that. I'm sure someone would claim it. It's got to be in somebody's foyer right now.
Well, and they have one of Nova that looks badass too, and it looks like a real person with a really nice Lululemon.
Nova is a character they could have pushed really hard. That could have been a character that
Yeah, well, it was Nova, Kerrigan, Illidan here. I think
what
they have
sucks
one of.
Is that Ghost was probably an okay game. It's just Blizzard standard.
Yeah, I got to play it, or at least a.
It probably would have been a decent game if it had come out. It just wasn't Blizzard the standard.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like with the Lord of the Clans, where they're like, like you said, it didn't meet the standard or whatever, because those games were outsourced. Like Blizzard didn't make Ghost. It was it was Gorilla or Monkey or I think it was remember.
I think they had like two different studios working on it because that was development hell for a while.
Yeah, it was in development hell, and they I can't remember exactly what the studio's name was, because my friend at when I was working on Defiance, he's the one that was telling me about his buddy that was trying to work at Tryon Worlds with us, who worked at that company, and he was saying about like every few months, like 6 or 9 months or whatever, one of the big execs from Blizzard would come in and be like, no, this is all crap. You got to redo it all over again. So like that's 6 to 9 months worth of work that was just thrown out.
Yeah. There's something to be said for like having a vision and sticking to it, even if it's not the best.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man. I wish I saved that shit, dude, because it was a PC executable. It was on one of my PCs that died. But I got to play.
Like imagine if you had it and you leaked it. You know how much of a big deal that would be?
Oh, there's videos of people playing it on YouTube all over the place.
No, but the EXE leaking.
Oh, you mean like when Valve had people steal Half-Life 2 before it came out and put it on?
Or like how the Lord of the Clans leak, you can play. Hey, we need some other chatters. Sound off like you got a pair in chat. We need,
Yeah. We're over here talking about freaking Blizzard.
Oh, Nick's to the rescue as always. So you're not Lone Hood or Raven, you have Nyx, which now I think about it, it doesn't sound like a good deal.
Well, you do have a game developer in your chat there, Nyx. She's got an RPG.
It's not even technically.
It's an RPG. Yeah.
It's not even a technically. No, it is full on. Good to her.
Yeah. Until she gets published by Activision.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Or like EA wants to buy out Nyx's studio.
Oh my god. Nyx, what would you do if EA came to you and said, we'll give you like these wheelbarrows of money for for your RPG.
For your studio. Let's say you have like a little small independent studio and EA wants to buy you out.
Man. God, I'll tell you right now, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd be like, take it.
See, I've thought about myself. I'd only do it if I'm ready to cash out. Like,
Yeah.
if like I'm 50 years old, I've been doing this comics thing. You know, there's been a Screecher movie. You know, like my stuff's making millions of dollars. I'm just pissed off the fans. You know what? Screw all y'all. I'm gonna pull a George Lucas. Here, Disney, buy this for $4 billion. I'm gonna go to Tahiti.
Well, I take the Ted DiBiase approach. Everybody's got a price. You know, like my capacity to part with my property is directly correlated to the number of zeros on the check.
So Chris, would you sell Infinitales for this dump truck of cash?
What would you do?
Say no. Say no. Just say no.
No.
How about 2 dump trucks of cash? You see another dump truck just pull up and empty the money out.
Keep them coming.
All right, boys. Woo.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you see 10 dump trucks just come and empty their money.
I get the dump trucks, but why is there a carriage pulled by Clydesdales dropping money off?
Performance.
Yeah. We ran out of vehicles, so we had to rent some Budweiser.
Yeah. Oh God. I've seen the Budweiser Clydesdales up close. They are huge.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My dad worked at the Anheuser-Busch plant here in New Hampshire for like 20 something years. And yeah, we used to bring us to Family Day. And yeah, Clydesdales, they're no joke, dude. They are huge. Like the Shire style.
Yeah, like I've had the where I grew up there was like some stables, you know, kind of around the corner. And every so often the Clydesdales would stable there. And like me and some friends, we'd go and watch them unload the horses or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
right now. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, okay. Let's play the scenario out. All right. So, Chris, Ubisoft comes to you and they're like, you know, Chris, we love this Infinitale Chronicles. We want to make a game based off Infinitale Chronicles. How much is your price?
I would say Figdi or no, hold on. God, my French swears are really bad. Would it be menage les mots? Eat shit. Menage les mots. Ubisoft is not. I still have friends there. I have friends that you know that are still in the industry. That
all right.
You know, God love them. But
so I'm an Ubisoft producer. I just got paid, and Chris, let me tell you, I just had the best idea. Assassin's Creed Infinitale.
Oh,
the apple, the piece of Eden is the tree.
The apple of Eden falls from the tree.
Like Chris, you realize we're taking the piss out of Ubisoft, right? I just want you to know that. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of you.
No, yeah,
we're making fun of Ubisoft.
Yeah, that is not like. Honestly, there are a lot of really good people that work at Ubisoft that do. Okay, here's an example of how good the people are at Ubisoft that aren't the assholes that are making these crappy decisions.
Yeah.
Look at freaking Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Okay, those were ex-Ubi guys. Okay, under 50 people made that game. Okay.
So what if? Okay. Let me ask you this question then. What if they came to you and said they wanted to license the Claire Obscure the Infinitale Chronicles IP for their next game?
You know, I'd honestly, judging by how impressed I was with Claire Obscure and that studio, was it like Sandfall?
Yeah,
I would have serious consideration. I'd be like, you know what?
I think they would make a good Infinitales game.
They made they made Game of the Year. Like, hands down, if Claire Obscure Expedition 33 does not get Game of the Year this year, this industry is a piece of crap. That game is by far the best game I've ever played this year. You know what I mean? Like, of all the crap that's come out, and I'm not even like a huge RPG guy like that, you know. But like the writing, the game, like they managed to make turn-based RPG combat fun. You know, like there's Twitch skills involved. Like that's genius.
Okay, but I don't want to do one more. So let's say you're at a convention, and all of a sudden you hear the creaking of leather jackets coming your way.
No. I can't believe they saw me. No.
And then all of a sudden, you look down, and there's like this hobbit, and he says, "Hi, I'm Todd Howard."
Oh, God.
As soon as I said leather jackets, you knew exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm doing my best Marty McFly impersonation. Like, no thanks.
Like, once you notice how everyone at Bethesda just wears leather jackets trying to be cool, you can't unsee it.
Well, it's like the Blizzard black T-shirts. Like because when I worked at Red 5 there, we were we were positioned right near the what was it, the Irvine Spectrum Mall, and like you could look out over the mall. We were on like the 15th floor, and you'd look out over the mall, and it was like, oh look, the Blizzard guys are out. And it's like, how could you tell? Because there's like a big bunch of black ants, and they always moved in like this hierarchy where like the important nerd was in front, and then all of the like subordinate sycophants were like spread out in a V formation, like they were geese flying south behind them. And it was like, oh, hey, that guy must be like a head producer or like a lead or something. It's like, how do you know? Look at all the nerds behind him. You know, they're like, oh, dude, but those guys are Blizzard. I'm like, how could you tell? He's like, well, they all have black T-shirts that say Blizzard on it.
And how can you spot JL and Brack at a convention?
The ponytail?
Well, okay, no, okay, that's part of it. But basically, the hairline goes up to here, ponytail, and the signature look of smug superiority.
Don't you guys have phones?
No, that wasn't him. He was a think you do, but you don't.
Oh my God! Never tell the customer what they don't want or do.
It is weird that Ubisoft. God.
Yeah, the hatred.
I almost said BioWare. Oh my God!
Oof.
I'm just running through all the bad ones.
Yeah,
but
all the
Blizzard.
crap.
It's bad that they made those kind of statements twice.
Yeah. Well, it shows you how much of a disdain they have for their customers. My favorite bit was when the little red shirted autistic kid who, like, again, this is a customer that's paying you money. Why does he know more about your product than the people you pay? You literally have continuity experts.
I love that they even tried to argue against him for like a minute.
Yeah, he's like, dude, no, dude, this is why you want an autistic person on your team. Like, they keep all those details. They know exactly where everything is. And yeah, and it's like if
why pay for someone to edit your page as a comic book when you can just post it online? You'll in like 5 minutes, people will tear to shreds. Post it on a Reddit forum and ask for advice. In 5 minutes, you'll have a more thorough editing than you could ever like. By the way, I love my editor, Daniel. I love you. I'm just being funny.
Yeah, you have to put a little asterisk next to that, though, that says, like, you have to have thick skin because these people are vicious. Yeah.
What are you, 12? It looks like a kindergartner drew that.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
How much can you pay for your education? Well, you should sue that school because they ripped you off. And that's just, like, the basics.
Ouch. Yeah, and it's like, dude, when I was in a Facebook group, I was showing the Slythrith language that I had developed. And again, I was picking the brains of the guy that did Dothraki, okay? So, like, I'm building it off of this. And this guy in the group just starts, like, like, it was like I murdered a puppy in front of him, okay? Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, my God, this is so stupid, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry my made-up fantasy language has offended you so egregiously. Oh, it's just, I hate it when these stupid people don't know what they're doing when they're making languages. And I'm like, well, the guy who invented Dothraki didn't seem to be too put off by it. You know, and it's like, yeah, whatever, liar, piece of crap. You don't know what the hell. And like this other guy jumps in, he's like, what the hell did this guy do? He just posted his fantasy language and you like ripped him a new asshole.
So, I've since realized the topic of the stream is what the heck is wrong with the gaming industry, and I realized after the stream I'm actually gonna have to go in, change the title of the stream, and then also I'm gonna have to do a new thumbnail. It's gonna be the red shirt guy with just like, because like he had like this look, like he earned his look of smug superiority for a
Yes.
while. So like he's gonna be on the thumbnail. So like screw the pet stuff. I'm just having like, this is like what's wrong with the gaming industry. So that's the stream.
And the fact they had 2 red-shirted guys. They had the one that corrected them.
Oh my God! Out of season April Fool's joke. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking it up right now. It's just so good.
Yeah. That. And the thing is like, oh, he's such a smug asshole or whatever. And it's like, dude, he's a customer. He's paying you money. He paid money to be.
Wasn't really even that smug, really. Honestly.
No. He was upset because it's like, why is a predominantly PC-based game company switching gears so abruptly to mobile?
All right.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience on mobile, which everybody will get to play, and hopefully which will bring new heroes to Sanctuary, as well as welcoming our community back into it, and something
They are fun. Wait.
we're very excited about.
Yeah, it's like they don't understand that they just pissed off their entire the foundational audience.
All right. So yeah, Chris, you gotta go here, I assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it sucks because Nathan is just getting here.
Yeah, well,
I can try and run the stream solo. It's probably going to be a crap show, but if you guys are here for it, I will do my best. We can run it for like another half hour. But Chris, thank you. Go back in Fantail Chronicles.
thanks.
Yeah. So.
All right, I'll see everyone later. Have a good one.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Go promote your book.
Bye.
All right, so I don't really like doing these streams solo because I kind of suck at it. But if you guys want to see here hold down the fort, we can do that. Any questions? All right, so let's just start it off with some Q&A. Any questions you got? Any like Screecher ones? I'm gonna desperately try and get like more people to come into this stream. But yeah, so any questions you got for me, let me know. But oh my God, yeah. I just like have been so sick and tired of what's been going on in the game industry. And in regards, like, yeah, we're supposed to talk about pets today, but let's think about the frenzy. Topics are more like a set of guidelines. And sometimes when we talk, and I just let things go. So I will definitely have to be redoing this here at some point. But yeah. So as far as the Screecher stuff, I'm getting 2 new pages on Saturday from Forcer. And also, I should be getting the cover for Screecher number 4 soon. And with that will come, we should start our own game with blackjack and hookers. Okay, let me ask you. What genre would a Screecher game be? I was thinking beat 'em up. What do you guys think? Yeah. So yeah. I do wonder. But yeah, so we should be launching the signups here shortly. I got a big con in Lansing. I'm doing Capital City Comic Con next month. I did get the 100 comics back. They actually brought them back pretty quickly. Yeah. So good turnaround for that. Oh gosh, this is so awkward. All right, I'm just gonna start shotgunning the invite link here. See if anybody responds. This is awkward. But yeah, as far as company who could handle it, probably I would want WayForward to do a Screecher game. WayForward and maybe .emu. I think those would probably be the best for it. Because Screecher, I see it like a 2D kind of thing. But yeah, so let me show you what we got for Screecher. I think you would like that. This is so awkward, but you guys are here. I will, Herman. I haven't been there since 2018. That was actually my first convention. I do have pictures of it on my Facebook. If you guys want to see pictures from like old Comic Cons, I can show those. I use, oh gosh, yeah, 2D is definitely what I would want to do. But I'm pulling up Screecher art right now. I'm going to show you what we got here. So we got roughly the first half of the book is inked, like I said. Let me just there we go. All right, so here's page 1, page 2, 3, and page 4. So Forrester is doing a really good job with this, I will have to say. Forrester has been a great collaborator, excellent to communicate with, I will have to say. Any mistakes, he owns up to them, and we talk it over like adults. Like I would say, this experience with Forrester has been really good, and he's just a really good artist. I like what he's bringing to the table. Yeah. Yep, so that's some Screecher art. So let's see here, Nathan. I just want to be your cheerleader the whole right through. Well, Nathan, that is a-okay. You are more than welcome to be a cheerleader. We like that here. Yes, I'm trying to go to at least the 2-hour mark because I wasn't able to do the Tuesday stream because I was sick. So I want to. Oh, thank you, Hooded Raven. Just wait till you see like some of the later stuff where it's like set in place in Ann Arbor. But I am working on the issue 2 scripts. Let's see here. Like for example, I'll just do a little preview. This is what I'm working on currently right now. Here is the Screecher issue 7 script, which volume 2 is going to be 5 issues. So this would be part 3 of that storyline. So this is a real big preview right here. Oh gosh, yeah, you're getting some real big spoilers. So take this in as you can. Like I said, I'm only partially done with it. It's been a bit slow, but yeah, I've been working on issue 3. Well, issue 7 essentially. And yeah, that's been going really, really well. But yeah, let me dig up some old vintage Nick from 2018 here. Oh gosh. Awkwardly stare. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. All right, so this is from Capital City Comic Con 2018. You'll see there's some Project Access right there. I did not even have any of my comic books out yet. I think. Let's see here. Oh, there's Capital City Wonder Woman right there. I didn't know her yet, but like it actually eventually becomes really good friends with that woman. She's part of the League of Enchantment. Oh gosh. Ex-girlfriend, whatever. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, I always the thing I love about Comic Cons is always the really cool cosplays. It's always fun to like see cool cosplays. I had a feeling that's how you're feeling right now. You're doing good. Thank you, Hooded Raven. I am not used to doing solo, but you guys are helping. Like honestly, just keep the chats going. That's all I ask. Yeah, it is. That's why I bring in guests to keep the conversation going. But keep the chats going. That's helping. Give me something to respond to. It really does help. I think I still have that. I know I have that tie still. I think I have that hat around here somewhere. Oh gosh. All right. Let's see here. And here's one that's a little more recent. This is from 2024. So this is last year. That's me with getting the comic, getting one of Tonic Mull's comics signed. That was a pretty cool moment. Vader, Violet. Okay, are you a demos guy or a wait for the full game, wait for reviews? If there's a demo out, I'll play the demo. It can be kind of tough though because with demos, you get this like, oh, they can fix it before release. Like no, because basically we've seen demos be repackaged as open betas. That's usually what demos are now. Because like it's easier to say, oh, there's problems. Oh, it's beta. You get that, but I know for movies, I'm definitely more I judge it by the trailers and then I make my decision that way. Like, I'm fully on board with Superman, the new Superman movie. I'm really digging it. With Fantastic Four, I'm kind of iffy. I'll probably go see it. But it looks cool, but like a lot of the stuff that's been coming out of it, I'm just like, Superman I'm sold on. I think it's going to be a good time. But yeah, the problem is demos really in the open betas only really come out for multiplayer games, and I don't really do multiplayer games, mostly because I don't really have many friends to play with. Like that's kind of the reason why I've been loving Marvel Rivals is because like I have like a regular group of people that I play with. Which by the way, I forgot to mention, we are doing a multiplayer Monday. This Monday, the 23rd, starting at 10 p.m. EST. We're playing some more Marvel Rivals. And if you hear this, you're welcome to be on our squad. So if you want to join us, just let me know and I will add you and you can join us and we will have a lot of fun. And members can join us in the voice chat. But anyone's welcome to play with us. It'll be a really fun night. And I've really been enjoying Marvel Rivals. I really have been enjoying that game. Has anyone seen the Ballerina? It's like that John Wick spinoff. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm the same here on Fantastic Four. The thing about the changing of the gender is it's a character that showed up in 4 issues in the 90s and was killed off. And to me, it feels like, oh, we're just doing it to change genders. But then it's like, oh, this universe is going to get destroyed, and we're saving Noor and Rad for the main universe. I'm like, that just feels disrespectful. You know, like, why introduce this character for the sole person killing him off? It's just, I don't know. You know, like, worst of a bad situation, in my opinion. I was digging the aesthetics of Fantastic Four, and I thought the actors were fine, minus Pedro. So I don't know. Yeah, I was meaning to see it. I'll probably see it eventually. See, the Ballerina is what I want, with like these like spin-off, successors kind of thing. She's not trying to replace John Wick. It's set in the universe. It's another character in the universe. And the thing that really benefits it is the John Wick universe is so like rich and it's so deep that you can have a character like that exist otherwise. Yeah, it does feel disrespectful press. Yeah, it does. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I will say I'm partially hoping that Superman beats Fantastic Four because I feel like it's kind of the disruption that we need because Marvel's kind of been on like a bad streak. Thunderbolts didn't do that well, which I saw in theaters and I actually did like it. I know, crazy how, but it did do bad in theaters. We need to acknowledge that. So, all right, 1 second. Didn't think you want to hear like my noises. The only downside is when you have a character so strong like John Wick, it's really hard to make another character. Yeah. Like I think like the Continental series, where it's like a prequel with like Winston in the 70s, it had potential. From what I hear, it wasn't very good. But yeah, you're right, Hooded Raven. Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer 2. Oh gosh. I actually really like the 05 Fantastic Four. I think it had like the perfect cast. But yeah, that 2007 sequel, it's not like terrible. It's like watchable. But I will defend the 05 version. I think that's a good movie. Like a legit good movie. Like they nailed the family aspect of it. And for 05, I think it's like pretty well done. The Johnny Storm effects leave a lot to be desired, but then again, it's 05, so what do you expect? I did watch Fantastic recently. Yeah, you could tell it was reshot in the third act, and I'm kind of curious about the drink cut. Oh! Happy Dinosaur says, member for 1 month. Happy day to you, Phoenix Express, my friend. Happy day to you, Happy Dinosaur. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm just doing this solo, just trying to hold on as best I can, trying to get the 2 hour mark. But yeah, so yeah, guys, any questions for me? Like anything like you think I like what's your favorite this or that? Q&A. Let's do a Q&A. Let's do that. Hey James, how you doing, buddy? I am flying solo right now. The comment section is literally keeping me afloat right now by just feeding me stuff. But yeah, so Q&A time. Any questions you got for me? Shoot them, like Shooter McGavin. Oh God. Oh. I apologize. That was really bad. That was really bad. So let's see here. There was a song. Who's that by? That sounds familiar. So I know we're supposed to do a pet thing. So how about as a consolation? How about I go grab charcoal? There. That'll lock things up. I'll get the rat. Oh, and she knows. She knows. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So this is Charcoal. You guys know her. She's awesome. She's my girl. She's a little tension whore. Let's see here. I'm doing great today. That is a good game. Favorite Marvel villain? I would have to say Magneto. And Magneto is also probably one of my favorite villains of all time. We celebrated birthday and had a great. How is the rat doing? Well, you can see she's actually doing quite well. She's right here. So for to me, Magneto is like the quintessential bullied who becomes the bully. You know, oppressor becomes the oppressed. I don't know. He's like one of those people where it's like, even if you hate his actions, like you can kind of see where he's coming from, like those kind of things. Um, and I really enjoyed the movie portrayals. You know, like in the first X-Men movie, like let them put us in chains and put a number on our forehead. You know, and it's like he's speaking from experience there. You know, like this is why as time goes further on, it gets harder to write Magneto because him being a survivor of that stuff is kind of intrinsic. Um, I think they do like strawberries. They can have like a lot of different fruits. I do have to like before I introduce something new to them, I have to Google it because there are certain things they can't have. And Hooded and Dino, this is a rat. This is a fancy rat. This is Charcoal. He's cool. We love Charcoal here. But like I got some kale in the fridge. I've been feeding her from time to time. She loves the kale. I do feed her lots of I do, you know, she likes her peas. I give her some carrots, but that's only on occasion because that's like a kind of a treat for her because like high on like sugars and whatnot. All right. Quick question for you. Have I played Perfect Dark on NC4? I have played it. I do enjoy it. I just never get too far. I'm more of a GoldenEye guy. He hates the word rat. Why is that, Hoppy Dino? Same with my cats. I have to look that up. Yeah, because like you don't know what's bad for them or what's not. You know, because some foods, like they can eat, but it's a risk for their stomach. You know, and as much as I like to treat my girl, the word rat, I get where you're coming from on that, Happy Dino. I don't really see it that way, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, so the thing about pets is, I guess we're doing the stream topic. Is you know, they never let us down. They're always there for us. You know, people can let us down. You know, other life can let us down, but our animals, you know, they got our back, and it's, you know, really awesome. Let's see here. It'd be perfect. Oh God, that is an achievement. I gotta be honest with you. That is an achievement, not gonna lie. Rats make me crazy. All right, I guess you're never coming over here, Hooded Raven. I do love dogs. I'm, in fact, it's actually one of my life's ambitions to own a dog. In my teenage years, my parents had a beagle named Bug. He was my buddy. Sadly, he's no longer with us. Passed away in like the late 2010s. Sorry. But yeah, he was a good dog, and I love dogs. Definitely more of a dog person. Cats are fine too. I do like cats. I wouldn't mind owning a cat, but the reason I have a rat. Oh, okay. Reason I have a rat is because the apartment I live in, the restriction is I can only have animals that go into cages, and that's Charcoal's cage right there. Yeah, so I have rats because, you know, they're easy to take care of. They're very loving, and also my best friend's a rat person, so that makes it easy. Oh, you see, Hooded Raven, you only adopted the crazy. I was born with it. I didn't see the outside of a padded cell test. I didn't see the outside of a padded cell until it was already a man, and it was already too late. Gosh, you set me up way too good for that one. But yeah, so like I'm trying to keep her on this couch, you know, so she doesn't get into anything. Yeah, I did have rats before. You guys might have saw them, you know, Courage and Drake. They were great. Oh, yeah, we were almost there. Honestly, I made it thanks to you guys. The chat was popping. That helped a lot. But yeah, Drake passed away after a year. That was really sad. But Courage made it almost 2, and the average age is 2 years. So I at least feel satisfied with Courage. And Courage was a really good rat, and I was sad to see it go. About a year after that, I did get another one called Whiskers, who sadly only lasted a week. He had like some respiratory issues that I should have spotted. And then we went to a exotic animal show. Me and my friend, and I got these rats. Charcoal did have respiratory issues, but luckily we were able to get her some medicine. She had the same respiratory issues Whiskers had. But luckily we were able to get her some antibiotics, and she was able to get healthy, and she's going to live a very long and happy life with me. I'm going to spoil her rotten. Don't get hamsters. They go into this hibernation that makes them look like they're dead. Oh, yes, I could. Oh gosh, I that would freak me the frick out. I've never read the comics, so I can't really comment on it. And trying to think here. As far as movies, I've only seen the first Suicide Squad movie, which I thought was fine. I would say I like Thunderbolts more as a movie. Yeah, I played Wolf 3D with the food. You and the Fast Food Panic soundtrack. That is like a thing. I love it. But yeah, GoldenEye. Oh god, I love that game. It's a bit janky, but it also has a really good soundtrack to it. I love it. But yeah, what are some pets that you... Oh! Before we go, I do have to... I said I would show all people's pets on stream. We're going to do that before we go. I want to fulfill that promise. Yes. We just kind of scroll down. I post way too much. All right, Happy Dino. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right, so I asked for people to show off their pets, and we're gonna do that real quick. Bruin Sailor. It's got this adorably cute beagle. Oh my god, yes. Oh. That's the thing about beagles. They do kind of get lighter. Bug had a similar thing. Oh, we got Black Reaper Kai's doggy. What? That looks like Black Reaper Kai. I don't know. Maybe it's like Black Reaper's color scheme, but that looks like a good dog. We got Jean Gentry sharing her pretty kitty. That cat looks like it's judging me. What did I do? And Goblin King is like, I don't love her. She's awful. She's fat, bitchy, totally not cute. I don't even like her. I don't know. Calcos are kind of cute. I like them. And Wrinkle's like, I only have pet peeves, so he's old and grumpy and good. Oh wow! Look at that cat. It's got one eye. That's a survivor right there. Oh, poor kitty. Oh, that cat is judging. All right, and then Russ shows some very pretty kitties. And yeah. So with your guys' help, we did make it to the 2-hour mark. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll be continuing our playthrough of Knights of the Republic. We are currently on Korriban. And next week, I talked to Jared, and he may be appearing for tomorrow's Saturday stream. But next week we have the Friday night feature, and we're going to be doing Mortal Kombat. We're doing the original 1995 movie, by the way. So no Annihilation here. Sunday, Caster and I are talking about Final Fantasy. And then on Tuesday, we'll be playing Request 2, like we were supposed to this week. But thank you everyone for joining us. This was really fun. And holy crap, we got up to 5 viewers. Oh, wow. That is insane. Thank you guys. I didn't think I could do this, but you guys helped a lot, and I really appreciate it. So this has been Nick and Curry. Oh, no, and Charcoal. Sorry, she's just a very curious rat. From the Phoenix Press, remember, I can only show. Wait. Oh, wait. We got some last minute comments. Yeah, Mortal Kombat, great fighting game. Yes, great lore. Remember, I can only show you the door. Yes, Jason. Very great stream. You're the ones to walk through it. She's sniffing the camera. Okay.